What's going on, guys? Back at you guys with another fragrance review, guys. Um, I want to say, in the urban community, before I get into this review, today is my birthday, guys. Feel free to donate to the Cash App, $ Brandon Lock 125. I'm 36 today, and I'm pretty sure a lot of brothers can resonate with what I'm about to say. When you a black man, you destined to have a bad life, and you destined to have a lot of bad experiences in life. My buddy was telling me the other day, he was like, man, if you wasn't a brother, you wouldn't have had all the negative experiences you've had in your life. And I couldn't agree any more with that. If I wasn't a brother, all the negative experiences I've had in my life, more than likely I'd have never had them. I'm not saying if I was a man of another race that my life would have been perfect, but I wouldn't have had a lot of the challenges that I had if I was a man of another race. Because we all know that the black community glorified gangbanging. The black community glorified drug dealing, head busting, wig splitting. You know, that's what the black community glorifies. And as a black man, if you're not from the hood, if you're not a trap star, you know, if you're not cooking up the baking soda, you automatically gonna be seen as an outcast in the urban community. We already know this. You know, as a black man, if you're not identifying with anything that's negative, you're not gonna be celebrated, and black women not gonna want to sex you up. So my buddy was telling me something that was very profound, and I truly agree. If I wasn't a brother, my life would have been a million times better. And I wouldn't have had all these negative experiences in my life. I wouldn't have had all these negative experiences, but you know, only in the urban community, guys. The urban community is the only community that glorifies negativity, that glorifies being a drug dealer, a murderer, a gangbanger. You know, it's only in the urban community. Other ethnicities of people don't glorify that stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into this fragrance review, guys. Make sure you comment, rate, and subscribe. Oud Satin Mood Extrait de Parfum is an oriental woody fragrance for women and men. Oud Satin Extrait de Parfum was launched in 2017. The nose behind this fragrance is Francis Kurkdjian. Top notes are violet, geranium, Ceylon, cinnamon, and cardamom. Middle notes are damask rose and Turkish rose. Base notes are agar wood, oud, vanilla, amber, caramel, benzoin, musk, and cedar. Now, guys, Mason Francis Kurkdjian, guys, you gotta sample some of these fragrances. I was looking on Macy's website, man, and it's surprisingly, Macy sells Mason Francis Kurkdjian now, because Mason Francis Kurkdjian is an upscale fragrance line out of Paris, and they make some remarkable fragrances. If you haven't tried any fragrances from the house of MFK, make sure you give them a try. We already know about the iconic Baccarat Rouge 540. I'm pretty sure all of you have sampled that. I had me a small bottle of that fragrance, but let's get into this. I got a sample of this fragrance, and I got to eventually get me a bottle. But I got this sample in the Extrait de Parfum. For those of you who do not know, MFK makes two variations of his fragrances. This is a more concentrated version of MFK. This is Oud Satin Mood in the Extrait de Parfum. Oh my God. This smells like pure royalty, guys. Oh, it smells like royalty. This fragrance right here is strictly 30 and up because it's so elegant. It's very, very classy. This makes me think about having sex with a woman on some satin sheets in Dubai, or having sex with a woman on some satin sheets somewhere in the Middle East. Think of Palestine. Think of Gaza. Think of Syria. Think of Afghanistan. This is that in a nutshell. Oh my God. The vanilla and the violet is so well done in this composition. A bottle of this, I got this in a sample. See, if you get the MFKs in the more concentrated version, the Extrait version, you're going to pay more because, of course, the composition is more concentrated. Oh, God, this is so heavenly done. If you got I would like to have this on with a nice pair of Salvatore Ferragamo Oxfords, a nice silk cummerbund from Xenia, a nice tuxedo, a nice silk bow tie. That will set this off. Oud Satin Mood. This is a 10 out of 10 fragrance, guys. But when I get this fragrance, I'm probably not going to get it in the Extrait version. A bottle of this fragrance is $445. A bottle of this is a sample, but a bottle of this in this version, Extrait de Parfum, is $445. Now, if you get the Eau de Parfum version in a 2.4 ounce, it's $315. Eventually, I gotta get me. I've been looking at some cars today. I gotta get me a car first. But eventually, I gotta get me a bottle of this. This fragrance right here is just the epitome of class. This fragrance right here speaks royalty. I mean, it's complete royalty, guys. I mean, man, this is royalty. This Oud Satin Mood, make sure you get a good look at that. Make sure you go to your department stores and try this out. This right here is pure royalty, guys. Like, if you want something that's going to set you apart from the others, this is that fragrance. And I'm here to tell you, I would not recommend this for dudes in their 20s because I feel like dudes that are young would not have an appreciation for this. There are some fragrances that are just not suited for young dudes. Like I stated, Oud Satin Mood is strictly 30 and up. Now, the other fragrance by MFK that I reviewed, the Gentle Fluidity Silver, now that is a fragrance that the young cats might want to check out because it's very youthful and it's playful and it's very versatile. But this Oud Satin Mood, Extrait de Parfum, is strictly 30 and up. And when you wear Oud Satin Mood, you need to be dressed up or at least dress casual because this fragrance right here, guys, is pure royalty. Think of being at a ball. Think of a wedding day. Walking down the aisle, got a nice tux on, got a nice suit on, and you about to say I do to that special woman. I'm telling you, this fragrance is that in a nutshell. And this fragrance right here speaks royalty. This speaks just majestic royalty on a yacht, getting a blowjob, you know, eating some hors d'oeuvres, drinking a glass of champagne. That's what this fragrance right here speaks, guys. This fragrance right here is straight class. See, that's one thing I like about Mason Francis Kurkdjian is like his compositions represent class all day. Like his fragrances, you know, the stuff that he composes, it represents class. Like, that's why I say when you wear this fragrance, you can't be t-shirt and jeans with this. Oud Satin Mood, this is strictly a dressy, it's a dressy type of scent, you know? I mean, just think of the name, Oud Satin Mood. I mean, that's luxury right there. But if you have not tried this fragrance, this is strictly a 10 out of 10 fragrance. And I know $445, that's a lot for some people to justify for a fragrance. But I'm telling you, if you sample this fragrance and you see what it smells like, you'll see why it's so expensive. And you'll see why the fragrances from MFK are so expensive the way that they are. I mean, you get what you pay for, guys. You get what you pay for. But if you have not tried Oud Satin Mood from the house of Mason Francis Kurkdjian, make sure you give it a shot. Let me know what you think about this fragrance. Do you like it? I promise you, you sample this fragrance, you're gonna love it. Like I stated, eventually I gotta get me a bottle. No questions about it. I gotta get me a bottle, straight up. I mean, this fragrance right here, it represents class. It represents class. Like MFK fragrances are just like Killian, or just like Roger Parfums, or just like Bodicea the Victorias. MFK fragrances are in a league of their own. These fragrances are in a league of their own. You can't compare this to those mundane, everyday fragrances. These are in a league of their own. So make sure you get down to your department store. Make sure you give Francis Kurkdjian, Oud Satin Mood, a sample and tell them that Mr. Lockhart sent you. Salute to the good life. Salute to a life of hell. Today is my birthday, and I'm trying to contemplate if I'm going to drink today. I might drink. I don't know. But you guys make sure you donate to the Cash App, $ Brandon Locke 125, and I'll be checking in with you guys very soon. I can't believe it, 36 years old, you know. At least I made it to see another year. I guess we can count that as a great thing, right? That's a great thing. At least we got to see another year, because some people didn't get to see another year. That's a positive way of looking at it. But you guys make sure you have a great day. I'll talk to you guys soon. Salute. Make sure you try this MFK now, guys. You won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed, I'm telling you. Mason Francis Kurkdjian is a genius. And I plan on doing another fragrance review on a new release that he just released called Kirky. So stay tuned for that. You guys have a happy Saturday. Peace.